In the last quarter of the 19th century, the folklore, mythology, mystery, and history of the Old West was the fact, fiction, and fabric of the Wild West show.
Well, we're here at the 16th annual Will Rogers Wild West Expo in Claremore, Oklahoma. The Wild West Arts Club and the Will Rogers Memorial kind of teamed up with us, and this is to preserve and promote all the Wild West skills: trick roping, whip cracking, gun spinning and fast throwing, knife and tomahawk throwing, trick riding, trick shooting, kind of everything you've seen in the Wild West shows, rodeos, TV, and in the movies.
Nice.
I'm here from Sweden, and I'm here to learn how to trick rope and to crack the whip. There's no cowboys and cowgirls in Sweden, so if you want to learn how to trick rope or how to gun spin or how to crack the whip, you have to come to the United States.
Well, we have different types of people come here for different reasons. Some are just enthusiasts. They don't perform, they don't do Wild West shows. They just always wanted to learn how to do this stuff, or just try it out anyway. And the other people are performers in various levels. Some are real professionals that are very well known. Others are up-and-coming professionals that learn from the real pros. And they increase their skills every year. And then we have contests for the Guinness Book of World Records, like who can spin the biggest loop, who can do the most Texas skips, fun things like that. And they not only compete against other people, they compete against their own personal times, come back next year and try to do better. As most of these skills came from the working cowboy, they got a little bored just throwing a loop every day, the same thing. So one guy said, I can do a fancier loop, I can do it over the top, I can do it underneath. And that's how trick roping kind of developed. They'd get to the end of the trail drive or the roundup, and they would show off these skills with each other. And this is primarily how Wild West shows and rodeos came about. And in order to learn this stuff, you got to stay with it. It's like learning anything, juggling or magic tricks or any hand-eye coordination skill. You've got to stay with it. You just can't do it part-time, or you lose it, you know. Over in the corner is the whip cracking area, and that's kind of one of the more dramatic skills of the cowboys. Now, keep in mind, they didn't have to hit the animals with the whip. Just make enough noise to drive the herd in the direction they wanted them to go. But at the end of the trail drives and in the Wild West shows, the cowboys would show their skill, and some of them got very good. They could take a cigarette out of somebody's mouth, take a piece of paper out of their hand, and it became one of the standard acts in vaudeville. There's always a whip cracking act.
All right, just so everybody knows how this one goes, you're going to engage all the yellow balloons first, and then engage the red balloons. Should be simple. Round the barrel and shoot the red ones last.
Well, mounted shooting is kind of the Old West. We use single action Colts. That means you have to pull the hammer back and then squeeze the trigger to make it go off. So all the combination of going out and doing gun handling, making your horse rate, slow, speed, turn. I mean, there's a lot of things that you have to think about when all that's going on. And when you think about the fact that they're leaving out of there and coming back in about 17 seconds, they shoot 10 balloons, holster guns, rein horses. Pretty exciting. You come back and it takes you a little while to get your breath back again. So this sport is really growing. It's the fastest growing equestrian sport in the United States right now.
The trick riding goes back to the old Wild West shows as well. I mean, everybody was, showing off their skills with their horses. They haven't had a trick riding competition here in America in over 50 years. Last year we did it for the first time. And the trick riding is just really, it's a very difficult athletic sport. You don't only have to have horsemanship, you've got to be an acrobat. You have to have upper arm strength, timing, coordination, balance. It's probably one of the more difficult of all the skills here as far as the athletic ability. The surprising thing is that most of the contestants are kids, from 8, 9, 10 up to about 15, 16 years old, and just, phenomenal, just, with the backing and support of their families, and which they need because it's an expensive hobby.
This is the Real World Championship knife throwing contest here. In about 10 more minutes, we're going to get more serious, and the knives are going to start flying more and more now as we compete into this competition.
This isn't a world record. I have a record of 178-foot throw. I did that 10 times out of 60. So this is not really any kind of record. It's just we're just having some good fun here. I'm in the lead now, but that could change with the next thrower stepping to the line. There's some of the top throwers in the world are here, and I just am fortunate enough to be one of them. So anybody can step up and do better than I did.
My dad taught me. I decided I want to do it about 6 months before last year's contest. It's fun, it's scary. They're so much bigger than I am. It's fun though.
Best in the world, please join us right now for the finest gun spinners in the world.
Quiet, please.
Forward stance. Flat spin. Aerial toss. Butterfly.
You go any faster with that, we're going to hear from NASA. Hold on to it. That looks like a lot of rope.
72.
72 for Ray Kozak. You got her going.
Yeah, 107 feet 2 inches.
Yeah, lady.
107 feet 2 inches.
A new world's record. Charlie Keys, the new world's record, 107 feet 2 inches.